going to attempt to solve this leak code. It says find the smallest letter greater than target. Okay. So I like to glance at the constraints at the start of the problem to get a that way the problem makes more sense to you when you read it. But this is a easy. It shouldn't be too bad. Let's see, 2 letters length can be. Um, there's at least 2 letters in there though. Apparently, up to 10 to the 4. Lowercase English letters. Letters is sorted in a non-decreasing order. It contains it. In other words, it's sorted in it's sorted in an increasing order. But there can be the same letter, so that's why they don't say increasing, or at least maybe that's one of the reasons they say they don't want to say increasing, because if it's the same letter, it's not increasing. So if you're saying increasing, then you're implying that there's not the same letter in there. There's not duplicates, possibly. And in like programming and coding, you need to be really precise about what you're saying if it's important, which sometimes it's really important. So you need to be super precise about what you're saying, I think is the thing. Anyways, what else? Yeah, it contains at least 2 different characters. Okay, it contains at least 2 different characters. That's interesting. So even if it's length size 2, then there's going to be 2 different characters there. Is target is also a lowercase English letter. So, okay. So you're given an array of characters. Okay, make this. Oh gosh, I'm clicking bad now. All right. So you're given an array of characters, letters, that is sorted in non-decreasing order, and a character target. There are at least 2 different characters and letters. Return the smallest character and letters that is lexicographically greater than target. If such a character does not exist, return the first character and letters. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty. Like this is an example of I read the constraints first, and it turns out the question's not real wordy, and which is good actually, in my opinion. Because if they're too wordy, they can get confusing, and maybe they're trying to mislead you or something. But anyways, some of the constraints were like pretty much directly repeated in the short question here. But anyways, so what you're gonna do here is, so letters is sorted. You're given a target. So one thing you're wanting to check right at the beginning, I think, is is target is target in this range of letters? So is target less than letters sub 0, the first one, because that'll be the lowest one. So if it's less than that, then the next letter after that is going to be that first element. So you'll return that. So yeah, I'm practically writing the code already, just talking through it. And if the Oh well, so again, given the little rules of the thing, if the target is greater than letters, sub last one, the last letter, the last element in letters, if it's greater than that, then there can't be a letter in there that's lexicographically greater than target. So in that case, you return the first character in letters. So in either case of it not being in the range of the items in this array, you return the first element of letters in that case. So that's kind of interesting. I guess if you don't end up triggering one of those conditions and getting a return, then you're just going to have to go through each character in letters and return the character that's next after wherever target would be. I think is what we're going to have to do. Well, does that help you any? Nah, not really. You just have to go through it. Okay, so I think we've got a idea of how to do this. And yeah, you're supposed to return a char. Here's your parameters, target and char array letters. So let's start working on something here. What was that condition? Let's just start writing that. If target is greater than, yeah, I'm not totally sure how to write all this stuff too, all this char stuff, and how a char is also kind of a number due to ASCII, the ASCII situation there. Anyway, we'll just write it and then we'll get the syntax correct afterwards, maybe. Okay, so letters sub 0. So let's see if it's greater than letters sub 0. No, that's not what we want. So I'm going to go ahead and make a letters length variable now because I realize I need it to do this better. So int n will say equals letters dot length. So if it's greater than n minus 1, because it's a 0 indexed array, or if target is, because in both cases you return the first element of letters, so this is that first condition I was talking about. If target is less than letters sub 0, the first element in letters, then you would also return that. Return letters sub 0. Otherwise, we need to go through them. I think we can do a simple for each type loop here. For each char C in letters, we need to write a condition. If C equals target, then there could be duplicates though. So what are you going to do then? C equals target. C equals target. Then we need to find out what the next letter is that's not target in the array. I can think I thought of a way to do it, but there's probably a better way to do it. If C equals target, okay, just gonna do some weird little thing here. So if C equals target, I kind of want to put a little while loop in here. Okay, if C equals target. Okay, well, target equals C. Then, oh shoot. Oh shoot. I'm all messed up now. I should have used the regular uh, for loop instead of this for each. It's making it tough for me to get this set up right. Okay, I'm gonna switch to the for loop then, and then I'll have an easier time with this maybe. I less than n should be good. I plus plus. Okay, so now what? Okay, if letters sub I equals target, then while target equals letters sub I, nah, we'll just copy this and use it down there. I'll just go ahead and do this goofy while notion. It's like little while loop in here. Hopefully it'd be small, but who knows. so letter sub I equals target. I plus plus. This is gonna be weird. I've done this before, and AI, and then I ask AI about it, and AI is like, "That's a needlessly complicated way of doing that." And then it comes up with some simpler, nicer way. But so there's probably a way better way to do this. I don't even know if it's gonna work. Now we want to if letter sub I doesn't equal target. Then that's the first letter greater than target. Yeah, this might work. I'm not sure. I am sure that I'm hungry. I usually don't write good code when I'm hungry, so I expect there to be problems. Oh gosh. That's okay. So there's that. Okay, where's this one? This one's probably down there. That one goes to there. This is no return statement, it says, so I'll just go ahead and put one on here. We'll make it return letter sub 0 since there's like a couple of cases where that's what happens. Okay. So it passed the test cases now. So I guess that reasoning was decent enough to pass the test cases anyway. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, jeez. Only the third test case, and this is not working. Target D, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. Output C. When did it do that? Strange. Something must be wrong here. So if target is greater than letters sub n minus 1, should be fine. Maybe char arrays aren't indexed at 0 or something weird. I don't know. Oh, right, right. What if target isn't in the array? Okay. Yeah, this doesn't account for that. Okay, so if target isn't in the array, then how do you get the element that's bigger than target. Okay, so you want the element that's bigger than target. The next biggest one that's bigger than target. Hmm. Okay, so yeah, the reason this code didn't work is because what if target's not in the array? This only works if target's in the array. Um, well, I guess the condition would be, oh, we could pop a else on here and cover this situation. Okay, so else. Hmm, I got an idea of how to do it. I need to switch this junk though. Like, let's put this down here. Okay, let's put that down there to be this condition. And let's say, I need it. I need it there, I guess. I guess that's the case that happens when that's there. Okay, okay. Okay, let's think about it now. If it equals it, then that. I guess else if is what I'm gonna need. Else if letters sub I wonder let's just get this and we'll tweak it. Else if it's been a little bit since I've rolled a else if. I think I'm doing it right. I'm not sure. Okay, so now if letters sub I is greater than target, then that's the one. Then return letters sub I. Now, will that work? That's the question. It's a question. Okay. So it solves the test cases. I'm sure there's a better, smarter, simpler way to do this too. Okay. Out of bounds. 3 for length 3. I'm surprised. I don't know what it's talking about here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see the problem now. You went out of bounds. I can fix this though. It's still not the best way to do this though. So you don't want an I plus plus if you're at the end of the array. So I guess I'll just put a little if on this I plus plus. That'll fix that. If letters, this might seem goofy, but I think it might work. If letters of I doesn't equal letters sub n minus 1, because that'd be the last element in it, then I plus plus. But if it's the last element, you don't want an I plus plus. Let's see if that'll work. Okay, well, it still solves the test cases. Time limit exceeded. Must have got an infinite. I got an infinite while loop situation here, probably. Oh, dang it. I'm hungry. I need to wrap this up. But I thought we tested for that in the very first one. Should have took care of that. What? Oh, I've got an idea. Oh yeah, if it equals it, also you would have to return the other thing. So, all right, let's see if this still works. Yeah. What about the other one? Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, I did it. I was getting hungry. I was starting to think, I might just have to go to AI on this one and wrap this up so I can eat something here. All right, well, I've been awarded the January 2026 little cool little award here. All right, so there you go, 100% runtime performance and 24 on memory, but still pretty cool. All right, so yes, it runs 100%, but now I'm wondering what's a better version of this look like, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and ask AI to fix this up for me. But I do need to wrap this up. I am hungry. So I'll put my code in there. I go to the top and then up arrow out of there, and then you hit shift and return, and you can get you some extra lines in there to give you a little room to write something else like this Java code solves problem below very well. Is there a better way to write this code? Because what I really want is I want this code, but like rewritten smarter and nicer. Like this looks weird to me. I'm almost sure there's smarter ways to write that, but I'm not sure. And it does perform 100% on speed, so you know you're not gonna do better than that. So let's see. This Java code solves problem very well. Is there a better way to write this solution. Okay, let's just leave it like that. And then let's go get the question. Looks like there's a little 10 to the 4 thing I need to do. I'll need to do something. Yeah. Okay, so, oh, where did we go? Okay, so I'll just go down here, put an extra line, and put this stuff in here. Put that in there. Let's also go ahead and get the title of the question and pop that in there. Great. Oh, there we go. Interesting. Okay, so let's see what we get here. Yep. I knew it was gonna say that. This time it said it differently. Last time it said it was needlessly complex or something, some goofy junk I was in. I thought so too, though. I thought the same thing. It says your solution works, but the logic is a bit convoluted with the nested conditions. Since the array is sorted, this is a perfect candidate for binary search. Oh. Which reduces time complexity from O n to O log n. Oh gosh. Yep, that looks like a typical simple binary search uh, code there. So yeah, it doesn't even code in that condition at the beginning to get like a you know, to bring it to a quick conclusion if target isn't, if there's not an answer in the array. Why is this works? Here's another one. What's this? So we have a couple different solutions here. Um, for linear simplified, if you want to keep O in there, here's a much cleaner version. Look at how simple that is. Oh my gosh. Jeez. I knew I was getting going all over the place with a bunch of nonsense there. Yeah, this is all you needed to write right here. You could do it with a for each loop. If C is greater than target, return C. If C is greater than target, return C. It's that easy. Yeah, dang, that totally makes sense now that I think about it. Now that I think about it a little better. Yeah. This works because the array is sorted. The first character greater than target is automatically the smallest such character. It's that simple. Yeah, okay. If none exists, we return the first element. Wow. Huh. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this binary search solution and see how that is. See how it performs. And yeah, Look at that. Look at all that nonsense for how simple it really is. That's the way it is a lot of times with these things. It's like you're thinking through it. That's why I think that's why they say to invert the problem and like start from the end and work your way back to the beginning, so that you don't write a bunch of needless code that you don't need as you logic your way through it and the situations and stuff. If you work the other way, it's it cuts some of that out, I think. But I don't know how to do that really good yet, so I'm still working on it. But yeah, I knew it. I knew there was a way better solution. So, did I submit that? That's the other one still, isn't it? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and submit this. It solved the test cases. So yeah, it's a different one because it has a different memory number, so it probably was different. But it can vary. That stuff can vary. All these are solving at 100%. So, so yeah, it's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna test the other one out. This is what I was trying to do right here. This simple one. And even when I was writing that, I knew there was a simpler, better way to be writing that. Oh gosh. I didn't know it would be that simple though. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Yep, this is the solution I was trying to do. Yep, really good. Hmm. All right. I'll go ahead and show a couple of my things I'm doing here. So I've made a tarot card app now as well. I'm not into tarot cards or anything. I'm the type that thinks, uh, don't worry about stuff that you can't possibly know about or have any real impact on, or not just control, but you don't have any way to affect it, you know? Like I think MacGyver back in the 80s or something said something like, I think it's a common like Christian notion too, to not worry about the things you have no control over, but to try to do better on the things that you do, that you can make decisions on and have input on. But yeah, look at that. The Mystic Tarot. 22 cards. So it's just like the basic thing. But anyway, this is all HTML and CSS and JavaScript, like the artwork and stuff. But it does tell like the different, some of the stuff about each card type, even if the pictures aren't like great artwork or something. It's using like emojis and like simple things to make these artworks. The AI was. I had AI help me do all this. So so I'm gonna go ahead and draw all cards so that I can kind of like go through them and show them. And but yeah, you can scroll over it. Fairness, truth, law is the justice card. Intuition, mystery, inner knowledge, high priestess, hangman, surrendering, letting go, new perspective. The empress, abundance, nurturing, fertility, death, transformation, endings, change, strength, courage, patience, inner strength, soul searching, introspection, guidance, the hermit. I'm pretty hermity. Judgment, rebirth, inner calling, absolution, determination, willpower, victory. It's the chariot. The emperor, authority, structure, stability. The wheel of fortune, change, cycles, destiny, new beginnings, innocence, spontaneity. The fool, bondage, materialism. Oh, the devil. Bondage, materialism, shadows. So, okay. The Hierophant, tradition, conformity, spiritual wisdom. The world, completion, accomplishment, travel, temperance, balance, moderation, patience. Moon, illusion, fear, subconscious. The magician, manifestation, resourcefulness, power. The sun, joy, success, vitality. The tower, sudden change, upheaval, revelation. The lovers, love, harmony, relationships. The star, hope, faith, renewal. So that's all the cards in this little deck. It's neat the way that button will like shuffle back and forth when you click it. And it shuffles up to the deck, I guess. And you can draw different cards in different orders and stuff. But anyway, to me, tarot card or future telling or religion or astrology or psychology, a lot of it is just a way to navigate like different ideas, so that as a way to talk about and to consider different things and different uh, like you might want to make changes in your life or something, or you might want to change your routine, and maybe there's just something that bugs you, you're not happy with. Well, then this junk might be meaningless, and a lot of scams involved with it. But there's a lot of scams involved with everything. I think so. That's just the way that is. But anyway, here's the future telling practice game, is what I called it. I've also made like a streamlined version of this, but this tells like all the information. And you have like a crystal ball, chooses 4 signs, and then you select 4 signs and see how many you can match. And you can get points based on how many you match. Like if you match all 4, you get 10,000 points. But otherwise, you just get 1,000 times the number that you match. So if you match 1, you get 1,000. If you match 2, you get 2,000. So, anyways, here's the probability of matches. When choosing 4 signs from 12 zodiac symbols, 0 matches is a 14.14% chance. 1 match is 45.25% chance. 2 matches is 33.94% match. And 3 matches is 6.46% match. And to get all 4 matches is 0.2% chance. So that's less than a 1 out of 100. It's it's 0.2 out of 100 or something. Anyways, though, yeah, I suppose that would be true, wouldn't it? Like, but anyway, the most likely ones is that you'll match 1 or 2, which could kind of make the game kind of fun, because at least you're not always losing, and there's a decent chance that you the chance of not matching at least something is fairly low. You know, not as low as matching all four or three, but somewhat low. So let's see, how's it go? To match one is the most common outcome. To match two would be the next most likely. To match zero would be the next most likely, and then three, and then four. So anyway, okay, let's try it out. Let's see what happens. Uncle Leo. Let's try that. Oh, I matched two. That's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. 2 out of 4. 2,000. Okay, let's consult the crystal again. Let's do it again. It's got different ones now. I'm choosing a little bit different ones. Some of the same. I matched two again. Match two again. So yeah, when you match two, it says moderate mystical prowess. And then depending on what it is, it'll say something else. It says something a little different for each situation. But I've never matched all four. But since I've seen the code, I know what it says. Yep, zero. The stars remain hidden is what it says when if you match zero. Uh, guess is correct. Oh gosh. Moderate mystical prowess. Be nice to get one or three to show to see what's it say. To show what it says. I'm not sure what it says. Oh, here's a three. Oh gosh. So yeah, it's pretty good. I matched three. Impressive cosmic insight with that one. Let's see, how do you look at the code? If I could just look at it. Developer tools. Why isn't it working? Oh, oh, there we go. I just can't see it. Let's view the page source. We'll see what it says, because I'm never going to guess all four. Not never, but I'm hungry and I want to eat, so I'm not going to sit here however long that might take to try to do that. What's it say? Oh, here it is. No, it doesn't tell you what it says there. It tells what it says here somewhere. Right there. Okay. So if you match all four, it says perfect divine vision. Yeah, that is pretty cool. But yeah, matching three is pretty good. That's tough. Impressive cosmic insight. Moderate mystical prowess. And one is a glimmer of foresight. And then if you match zero, the stars remain hidden. So that's the possibilities right there. So yeah, it's my fortune telling game I've made so far. But I also have a stripped down version of this that doesn't have like all this information. And then this is my first attempt at this effort here. And I was also thinking about like trying to make a different sort of, cards, maybe cards that help you live a better life, that like remind you to have gratitude, or remind you to take care of your health, and put a little effort into exercise or whatever, or eat right, to help you have a better life. because you know you can make different choices in your life, and some of the choices, some of the choices help you to have a better life. And if you know, you know, I guess. I don't know. But, just enjoy the simple things in life, I think. Anyway, I guess that's it. Okay, here I'll do a brilliant too, real quick, since I'm behind here. Okay, which gear rotates faster? Um, Jeez. I don't know. Oh, okay, I see. The yellow or the blue, they rotate at the same speed. I'll try same. I'm not totally sure. Okay, which gear rotates faster? Yellow or blue? I would say blue in this case. Yeah. But yeah, I also do brilliant to help try to keep my mind sharp. This is a really simple lesson here, but they have like calculus and all kinds of harder math stuff on here if you need more of a challenge or whatever. I liked the math history lesson in particular. It was like the first lesson I did on here. I thought that was pretty neat. Okay, so which gear rotates faster? This one will spin, and this one probably I think the blue one's going to be rotating faster, but yeah. I think Brilliant's really good and worth it. Like, there's so much you can learn, and like in this day and age, keeping your mind a little bit sharper can make a big difference for you. You know, like like keeping your mind sharp can make you more competent, and and it can affect all aspects of your life. Like you might be have more focus and ability to cook, and like when you're cooking, sometimes you have to do fractions and stuff. So it can be very helpful. But anyway, that's it for today for this live stream. And I might stream some. It's been about an hour. Yeah, I really need to eat. But I might stream some Helldivers later. There's a new war bond coming up pretty soon in a few days. But till next time, enjoy.